Welcome to my YouTube channel. Face review? What? Crazy. Recently I've been looking around, and what caught my eye was these sketchbooks, which I did my junior and senior year, and I was thinking, you know what? Maybe the YouTube world wants to see my sketches. My sketches from my junior and senior year of high school. Wouldn't that be sick? Watch the video. This is my junior year sketchbook. Junior year was fall of 2023 to spring 2024, and I would have been 16 when I completed this sketchbook and when I started it. Senior year sketchbook, and it's a lot thinner if you see. And I actually have another sketchbook from my senior year. I ended up completing 2 of these about. This sketchbook I got from my high school, so the paper is less good quality. I didn't do any paintings in this. It's mostly just pen, maybe some pencil. Senior year sketchbook was August 2024 to January 2025. Let's get into it. Cool transition. Hey guys, so I decided to do a voiceover just because the video was like 40 minutes long, and I was like, I need to do a time lapse because it was really rambly during that, and it just wasn't the best quality either. It just sounded really weird. This voiceover is going to be pretty rambly itself, but I'm just going to try to talk about my sketchbook and kind of my process for it a little bit and how I view sketchbooks. I use a sketchbook so often. It's something I use basically every single day. If I have time to draw, I'll draw in my sketchbook. I'm definitely not the type of person to just go straight into big pieces. I like to take my time with sketching, doing some thumbnails. In these 2 sketchbooks, you'll definitely see a lot of thumbnails and a lot of finished pieces in these sketchbooks, or practice at least. This one is my junior year sketchbook, and I basically just drew a lot of things with pen, colored pencil, watercolor. You'll see I'll do some more watercolor portraiture later on. I do a lot of what I like to call fashion girlies. I've been obsessed with them for years at this point. I just love fashion, and they're so fun to draw. It's really not realistic whatsoever. 6-inch high heels are not realistic to the everyday girl, but I can dream that they aren't as comfortable. Yeah, if you see any images that pop up just like that, just know that I had a thumbnail in there that I did actually create into a larger piece. And another note here is, if you see anything covered up by a pink sticky note, it's just me trying to cover up some personal information. I'm not trying to hide any artwork that I don't think is good. It's just for my own security. But yeah, you'll see a lot of my OCs right here. You'll see Hotaru and Kaio. They're my favorite OCs. I really love this spread. I recently did a digital piece of them too. They're definitely my oldest OCs. I've had them since middle school. I've really been needing to change their name because their inspiration has changed throughout the years, and it doesn't really fit with their stories anymore. But they're definitely the OCs I draw the most, for sure. Because it's just like, I just put them in whatever, it don't even matter. Here is some watercolor practice, because I was working on that previous piece that popped up, and I wanted to do some practice before I actually started on that. But here is an artist I use for my inspiration. I really love his watercolor pieces. They're just so gorgeous. He has such a beautiful handle on watercolor. It's so gorgeous, basically. But yeah, here I'm just, practicing some cars, I don't ever draw cars, but I remember I really had a fun time with that. Yeah, junior year was pretty stressful for me So I just tended to draw things that were in my comfort zone for sure. And I had a lot of anxiety, as you can tell, throughout junior year, just about my future and everything that comes with it and all the tests, and it was so stressful. So I definitely used my sketchbook as an outlet for this. As you see throughout it, there's so much things I have written down and just my thoughts and stuff. I want to read it too closely. But initially, I didn't really want to share the sketchbook because of those thoughts, but I ended up doing it anyways because I thought it was important to kind of show the development from my art now to how it used to be in my portraiture and how much my art has changed. And in some regards, I do quite like my art more back then than I do now. I feel like I just had more freedom, especially in my sketchbooks, and I just feel more pressured now, especially because I have to buy all my art supplies and I can't just use art supplies from my high school. So it's definitely more of a financial burden. And I just had so much more, I think, creative thinking back then, which I've been trying to work on in most recent pieces. But I just felt like back then I used to be way more creative. And I know that as you get older, it tends to fade away some more if you don't train it. But it just makes me sad to see it go away. Oh, here's another piece I love. What once was is actually on my wall above my bed. If you watched the intro, you would have known. You probably would have seen it right in the background. I quite love that poster. But yeah, man, junior year that was rough. A lot of just comfort drawing during this. A lot of portraiture, a lot of fashion girlies. They're my favorite. Oh, here's another portrait of my friend Therese. She's probably watching this. Hi, Therese. How are you? Leave a comment below if you love Therese. I love her. I just had such beautiful colors in the sketchbook, which I really, they're just so beautiful. I've been trying to put it back into my most recent sketchbook, which is why I've been doing a lot more finished pieces, though I've been saying I've been wanting to get out of my sketchbook and do larger pieces because it does feel a little cramped, a little trapped in the for future inspiration. You know, there's a lot of things I would like to create pieces about that you definitely need a larger pieces. I want to do more artwork with beaded in canvas, which I've done before in the past, but it's definitely one of those things where you have to paint a whole painting and then you do beading on top of it to emphasize certain things that take way longer. But I really just love that the textures that it creates. I really love textures in art. I've been wanting to get more into mixed media and things that create various different textures, and it's just so gorgeous. And it adds a lot of interest to your artwork. So it's something I've definitely been wanting to research about. If you guys are interested in any of the research I do or future pieces with that sort of kind of technique and, just trying to experiment, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that was my junior year sketchbook. I feel like my art's definitely developed a lot since then. But yeah, here's my senior year sketchbook. This sketchbook, I was doing an independent art class, which I actually had in my junior year. But it was my senior year, and I was like, I should probably do more thumbnails and do more thought processes. So you'll definitely see it here as well. This paper doesn't hold watercolor, acrylic, any of the above really good. So I ended up using a lot of felt tip pen, which I absolutely love. I don't use it anymore. I think I've just run out of ink for all the ones I love, all the colors and such. But yeah, I just really was using a lot of pen. I left a lot of open space in the sketchbook. I think it's because it was from my high school. I honestly didn't care much because I didn't have to pay for it. But I try to fill up every inch of my sketchbook now. But here's another piece. It's with acrylic. I like this piece. I like the illustrative effects. I'm a big fan of flowing shapes with my artwork. As you would have seen if you watched my last YouTube video. I did that with the musical girl. But yeah, just a lot of different feelings, emotions I was going through senior year. It was definitely a rough period. I feel like every year of high school is rough, but second semester, you know, it really hits you. You're like, oh, I'm almost done. But yeah, just a lot of comfort drawing too this semester. Not my best work. Oh, here's my boyfriend. He has shorter hair now, but he still looks cute there. But yeah, just a lot of fashion girls. Just some pen work, acrylic markers there. I really do like acrylic markers a lot. I love this portrait. I think it looks beautiful. I love the textures. But yeah, that was it. How do you guys like my two sketchbooks? Do you think my art improved since then? I'm actually almost done with the one I'm working on right now. So if you guys are interested, I'll do another sketchbook tour and then we can really see the development. I'm even thinking of doing a video of my first semester at art school and the artwork I created because I'm actually not in art school anymore. I decided to transfer colleges, so I'm not in there spring semester. But I have all my artwork from fall semester still. So if you guys are interested in me going through and walking through every single piece I made from beginning to end, let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Go make some art.